Hello, welcome back. If you are new to the channel, my name is Julie and I am documenting my life outside of dumpster diving. If you have come from our main channel, Frugal Family, thank you so much for giving us a chance over here and seeing what other things happen to be going on in my life besides getting in those dumpsters. So one of the main things that I am documenting here is my keto journey. I live with a lot of pain every day with arthritis throughout my body and assorted other issues, and having extra weight on my joints and just my body in general really contributes to that pain and discomfort and holds me back from living life as fully as I would like to, as a mom and a wife and just a person. So for several weeks now, I have been on this keto journey and I am just bringing you along for the ups and downs and ins and outs of this adventure. What are we talking about today? Well, today we're talking about waiting. What are you waiting for? So this is rather cliche, and I know a lot of people have talked about this, but it's where I'm at and what I'm thinking about, so it's what we're talking about today. How many things have you said, well, I'll wait until the kids are grown up. I'll wait until I've graduated. I'll wait until I get a promotion. I'll wait until I find a new job. I'll wait until I get married or find a boyfriend or lose weight or get healthy or whatever. I'll wait until then. Or when this thing happens, I'm going to be happy and everything's going to be great. When I get married, when I find a boyfriend, when I move out of this state, when I buy a house, when I can fit into the jeans I want to fit into, whatever. That's when I'll be happy. Well, that doesn't work. I think we all know that that doesn't work. Real, true happiness has to come from inside, and you have to find it in whatever circumstance you are in. And I understand there are some circumstances and situations where it is almost impossible to find a spark of joy. I get that. I absolutely do, and I want to honor that and acknowledge that. That is valid. But I'm talking more about these everyday things that hold us back from happiness. When we have built onto the house and have more room to breathe, that's when we'll all be happy and I'll have fun with my kids. When I can finally keep my van clean. Silly things, guys. Silly things that we'll come up with. When I finally look the way that I want to look, then that's when I'll wear a swimsuit at the beach and be comfortable and not be covered from head to toe when it's 95 degrees outside. Come on, let's be honest. How many of you have thought that and in fact acted on that? So I have said many times, if you're new to the channel, you might not be aware of this, but I have a very long history of an eating disorder. And every time for the past 10 years at least that I have, well, other than one time, there was like 1 year where I was in a really good mental place. But other than that one anomaly, every time I have tried to focus on getting healthy and losing weight, etc., I've always ended up going down the wrong path because of triggering behaviors and situations and everything that comes along with dieting. And yet here I am trying again because I'm like that little engine that could, and I just keep going and going and trying and clawing my way up that hill. But one thing that I did decide, I knew I would never be 100% in the right place in my head. I knew I would always struggle, just like an alcoholic always struggles with alcoholism. Someone with an eating disorder always will have that wiring in their brain. You don't fix it, you don't cure it, you manage it, all right? So one thing, though, that I decided was that no matter where I was at in this headspace up here, no matter what size or shape I was, I would wear a swimsuit. I wanted to teach my kids that no matter what you look like or if you don't conform to society's current ideal of beauty or whatever, you have the right to be comfortable. If you're going to go swimming, you can wear a swimsuit. It doesn't matter how squishy you are or how crunchy you are, or if you're walking around with a cane, which I have many times done, and you wouldn't believe the looks I get when I use my cane. Anyway, that is something that I decided when I very first started having kids, and I have stuck to, and I'm really proud of that. I have to say I've been really proud of that. Has it always been easy? No, Absolutely not. And have there been times when I've had to literally just force myself? Yes, absolutely. I had been living for so long with this thought that, well, I'll wear that kind of clothing when it looks good on me. And all the while, my life was passing me by. And even in the worst parts of my eating disorder, at the point of being hospitalized and whatever, it was never enough. I can count like 3 times that I wore a swimsuit I wanted to when I looked good according to society. And I wasn't happy. In fact, I was pretty miserable and still didn't feel like I deserved to be wearing that and to be comfortable at a pool or a beach or whatever in 95-degree weather. So I want to know what things you have been waiting for. What have you been holding off on? And I mean, anything. Tell me anything in the comments, what you've been waiting for in order to make you happy or to allow yourself comfort and happiness and joy and contentment even in your lives. Well, this is kind of silly, but it's along the same lines. Now, it's going to sound really silly where I've just talked about a swimsuit, but I want you to understand that that was a little different because that was part of motherhood, part of teaching my kids or trying to teach them that they're perfect the way they are and that, you know, they deserve and have the right to be comfortable regardless of their size or shape. And so there was a different mechanism in my mind when it came to swimsuits. But one that I have absolutely struggled with and want to conquer today with you is a sweater. This is so silly. It's so silly, but it's a sweater. It's this sweater that I got secondhand. And as I've mentioned, I am a dumpster diver. And I found all these beautiful handmade doilies, you know, that you put like on a chair like this, on the back or on the arms, and it looks so cute. Tons of doilies. And I used a bunch of them on this sweater. I had worn this sweater to death after getting it secondhand from, I think, my sister-in-law. I had worn it ragged, but it's still a great sweater, but I wanted to like upcycle it, give it some new life. So I sewed all of these gorgeous doilies on, made it quite heavy, but still it's beautiful. All right. It's beautiful. Well, I was so thrilled with how it turned out. I did this like 3 years ago, 3 years, and I was in love with it until I tried it on and looked in the mirror. And I didn't like the way it sat on me, the way it hung, because where it had all the weight of the doilies on the sleeves and on the hem, it made it just kind of pull it down, which on a different body shape, I decided would look so much better. And I was not going to go traipsing around all over the place, especially because I was in school full time. I was not going to go wearing this sweater and looking ridiculous. Not till I could fit it the way that I wanted to. And that was 3 years ago. And it still doesn't fit the way I want it to. But it's the right weather for it. And it's a gorgeous sweater. And I have decided to hell with that. I could be dead tomorrow, you know, and I'm not getting any younger. And life is not going to just keep extending for me until I decide I'm ready to just be happy and embrace these kinds of things. So what are we doing today? We're getting that sweater and dusting it off. It's been hanging in the closet for 3 years. And we're going to wear that today. I've got to take my daughter to a dance rehearsal. It's the dress rehearsal for tomorrow's recital. Super excited about that. I am going to wear that sweater. Damn it. So I'm going to go dig that out, and we're going to twirl around in that sweater because it is a great twirling sweater. I did at least allow myself to twirl in it 3 years ago. What are you waiting for? I know I've asked this like 20 times, but that's the point. What are you waiting for? And so I want you to answer. I want you to tell me, and please be honest. This is not a place of judgment. This is a safe space. This is where we can share and support, and it's okay. It's okay. If you saw my video yesterday of me down on the floor stretching, completely vulnerable to the internet and the world, this is a safe place. I will not judge you, and I won't allow anyone to be mean to you in the comments. I practice a very heavy hand when it comes to deleting things that just don't fit our community. So we should be more concerned about what negativity does not fit into our community than what clothing we don't think fits properly onto our bodies as they are. And so then we don't let ourselves enjoy those articles of clothing. Silliness, madness. What is it you're waiting for? It doesn't have to be body and weight related. Obviously, that's what I'm talking about, and I would love for you to tell me if you have gone through these same feelings. But anything, any other things that you're struggling with. Oh, well, when I get my teeth whitened, then I'll start smiling. I grew up with really crooked teeth, with like noticeably crooked teeth. And that was always an issue for me, always, until I got braces and all of that. So that's one that I absolutely understand. Oh, when I get my hair fixed, or the hair implants, or when I get my skin cleared up, or whatever, guys, whatever it is, please tell me in the comments what it is that you're waiting for before you're willing to let yourself be happy. Obviously, I can't fix it for you, but hopefully by stepping out onto my own little happy ledge and just jumping into the joyful abyss of this twirly sweater, maybe you can find the strength in yourself to let yourself enjoy a moment of just pure happiness and wearing that sweater or whatever it is. Whatever it is, we each have our own battles and our own crosses to bear, but hopefully together we can make the load a little easier. All right, I'm going to get the sweater.